Bonsoir Afrique, mon Afrique, nous sommes ici à Hampton Street, c'est dans le Maryland, pour dire un spécial au revoir à notre frère, ami, collègue, père et illustre journaliste Erick1.flv qui quitte les États-Unis là pour un nouveau contrat en Angleterre où il va précisément se baser à Londres. Nous sommes dans le Maryland, nous allons vous faire suivre les événements comme d'habitude. Votre illustre auditrice en ligne, Doudou Teklengoulé, c'est mon nom. Erick1.flv, pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas, a servi pendant longtemps à la CATV, Cameroun Radio Television, et il était l'un des premiers à l'ouverture de cette station. Il est parti du Cameroun il y a près de 22 ans, où il s'est installé aux États-Unis. Et Eric a travaillé pendant longtemps à la Banque mondiale. Aujourd'hui, il part pour une nouvelle position en Angleterre. Donc, nous allons faire suivre l'événement en direct, comme d'habitude. Votre illustre serviteuse, comme d'habitude, Doudou Teklengoulé, c'est mon nom. Merci. Yeah, Afrique, mon Afrique, you just hear the traditional part of this event. As you guys are seeing, the chief and traditional authority are trying to give Eric Chinje benediction as according to his tradition back home, and you can enjoy the traditional dance from Bamenda, which Eric is coming from, and that is the traditional part to show how things are done in the back of our country. They just giving a benediction so that everything in that part where il est Après, en Afrique, oui, bonsoir. Vous voyez là, c'est la pratique traditionnelle de cet événement. Les chefs traditionnels, précisément ici, du nord-ouest Cameroun, sont en train d'illustrer la tradition et la bénédiction à notre frère Erick Chinje, afin que tout ce qu'il va faire là-bas en Angleterre marche dans de très bonnes conditions. Vous voyez Erick Chinje là, assis traditionnellement comme au village, comme on connaît au pays. Et c'est la beauté même de cet événement-là, le côté traditionnel qui est très enrichissant ici et qui montre aux yeux des étrangers qui sont présents comment les choses se passent du côté de l'Afrique là. Vous voyez là les danseurs qui sont vraiment en tenue traditionnelle comme à Bamenda. On se dirait qu'on se retrouverait dans le nord-ouest Cameroun ici. Et Eric qui est assis là, vraiment comme la tradition le demande, comme au pays, c'est comme ça que ça se passe. Et vous voyez les curieux qui regardent, les étrangers, les amis de la Banque mondiale, les Américains, les Africains des autres pays qui sont émus de voir ce festival traditionnel se passer en plein cœur des États-Unis. This is the beautiness of our continent, the cultural part. You can see how African and African from other sides of the country are watching what's happening here with all curiosity. They are very impressed, and that is how the beautiness of Africa come out, because we have some stuff that are not really usual in other parts of the world. And you can see the journalist Erick Chinje here sitting at the village in Africa and receiving his benediction. This traditional part is especially about giving Eric benediction.
round up everything. Funds, chiefs, royalties of Cameroon. Can you just stay right here, do your thing real quick, so we can keep it moving? Eric, please walk with me. Walk with me. Yes. We're going to, on behalf of the chiefs, you know that the chiefs and the funds, they don't speak at night. So we're taking our big brother, who is going to just have the chiefs to bless Eric.
I don't know, I'm the chief. Don't say that. Here, even though this, I call him royal son of Cameroon, is from Northwest, I'm from Manu. I'm Siseko, and there are two Southwest Sisekos here. Siseko Mbe, Dazi, and Fontaine, and also Siseko, over the Sisekos, Solomon Egbe. We are here to be in the presence of our funds from Northwest, who have to honor this royal son of ours. So, as I said, I was not going to talk too much, but I just wanted to make this thing clear. So, we have our royal wives, Marfos, here with us. This man, if I were to vote for a president today in Cameroon, this is the president of Cameroon today. I'm also the president of CPDM in America. So I want you guys to know. The reason is we have never seen a Cameroonian son who doesn't know politics, but he knows Cameroon. The man, this is a child who transcends tribes. That's the only reason why. Fontaine, Mbu, Siseko will talk and give it to Mbe Fund. You hand it over to the funds.
I've known Eric for a long time, and this is someone who transcends cultures. And Eric, as you're going to London, I would soon be coming there. Well, I'm not relocating because when I leave here, I'm going back to Njamfur. But you could expect me to come over as a guest. And I wish you all the best. And I would give the mic to Chief Bai.
Cameroon, oye!
Oye! No, it's not allowed. I want us to do it so that all the ancestors in Cameroon, they should be here. Cameroon, oye! Oye! Cameroon, oye! Oye! Okay, with this son of ours, Mafo is going to perform. All the Mafos going to perform a tradition. Just one. Mafo. Yeah, all the Mafos and all the Mangos. We're going to perform a tradition here, which is very, very important for the Mafos to do this for this son of ours that he has been leading, and want to make him to continue to lead the world over. This is a very important, very important ceremony for the Mafos to wash Eric's legs. It's a very big significance in the Northwest culture. This done in the front of in the presence of all these traditional rulers, the Sesekus, all the traditional rulers from Cameroon, generally Cameroon royalty. We are going to be switching to the dialect shortly, but before we do that, we just want the Mafos to finish. This one, it means they make you walk a fine. If he touch a phone for stone, now that's not go broke. And anywhere we go, he already walk out. Next time we're yesterday now about your palace. And they take your palace, the concern that you for take any advice concerning Africa. So in that way, our traditional roller from corn particularly, where our famous Boro Herbert comes from, is going to do the little tradition, which means a token. This token, the little amount of money token that is going to come out with, is going to mean that anything that our son touches hand on is going to be the financial part of it. Any little thing, no matter how small, you hand it to him, and the financial part. So it means that you're going to be a millionaire. Anything you touch hand on will just multiply. Then secondly, wait, on listening. Then our royalty, the spokesperson for royalty in the whole of North America will follow from Northwest. He's opening special commanding structure from Cameroon, and this is actually crowning this our son, very powerful leader from today on behalf of Cameroon royalty. Please clap for him.
Okay, now please be seated. While our royal son, yes, you know the tradition is paramount, so Fong will do some talking.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do, I will speak in Fong, and I'll ask Mr. Way to interpret. Okay,
Mike.
Put the mic in your mouth. Okay, one do me walk, Nemira, for an chocolate. So, certain Bena, the Nandukachu. No, was like I was 18 laughing. The Cameroonians, what about the day? One do them go, I was now part of that. Kana, the one to allow what they, then you commit it out anything.
If Chief could take it one step at a time. He said, and he says to you, Eric, that they have handed you the staff of leadership. It is well blessed. It is blessed by royalty. This is no game. For anybody who sits in here and think this is a joke, Afwakum has spoken. And he's giving you this staff to take as you go along. Any obstacle on your way will be destroyed and shattered. You will raise to higher heights and you will lead all Cameroonians to where he thinks his vision is.
Okay, I am not going to
That you should go well and foster well, and so your royal oath. Well trip.
Okay, now put him there. I want to say one last word before we leave here as royalty. There's a young Cameroonian here by the name Chula, the greatest musician we have ever seen from Cameroon. Where is he? Is he still here? Dr. Chula, is he still here?
I believe he performed for
Mr. Chula, yeah, I know. The reason why I want him here is because when we talk about Cameroonian children, we talk about people who transcend tribes. Is Dr. Chula here? Oh, good. Since he's not here, he's right here. Okay, when we came to Yaoundé University, that's why we talk about mentors. When I came as a drummer in the university band, this was the greatest singer. Don't be surprised he sang in English, but do you know he's a francophone? That's the greatest surprise. His English is just so impeccable, and his diphthong in singing is just great. Why I'm saying so is because that man we are standing here today to talk about, Eric Chinje, transcended those virtual lines of tribalism in Cameroon. And those are the people Cameroon needs to see tomorrow.
The projector went up, and I just want to take a pulse check at this point. Bo, are you ready?
Now, today we are here to honor a great man. Much has been said about Eric Chinje, professional, the accomplished advocate for Africa at the World Bank, his character as an individual and as an outstanding professional. But you all don't know where that started. It all started in Cameroon, in Bamenda, at a school called Sacred Heart. Those were his formative years as a young man, as a boy. He has grown into a wonderful man over the years. And at Sacred Heart, a seed was sown into a young boy called erick1.flv, who went to this outstanding school that stands for excellence in academics and education. And already back in the days, he started by distinguishing himself as an outstanding student. And later on, the rest of the country later on recognized him for what he was, for what he represented, as he easily became the voice of the nation and helped to guide the country with the events of the country and whatever was going on. And everyone, his voice would just capture the nation and capture everybody. But everything that he has done as a professional, all the successes that he has had, started at this school called Sacred Heart that just represents excellence. And erick1.flv is a testament. He's just a testament of what Sheson stands for. Someone said, if you want something well done, give it to a Sheson. It's no surprise to us that erick1.flv is excellent, that he's outstanding. It comes from a culture of excellence and high performance and high achievement. I remember when we just celebrated 50 years of academic excellence in education. And last year, in June 4th, we were in this very hall celebrating the kickoff to that great milestone back in Cameroon. And as we were preparing for this event, erick1.flv was part of the process. He was part of the team that was working towards the preparation of the celebration of this milestone. And I remember he would always push us, and he would actually say, if we're not doing it big, I'm not doing it. If we're going to do it, we got to do it big. Guys, you got to dream big. We got to do this thing, and it's got to be big. He kept pushing us, and we just worked as hard as we could, just kept working harder and harder, and he was always there to guide and to provide support, to lead us through the process. And everything was successful, everything went well. And today we're here to acknowledge him, to recognize him for who he is at the World Bank, for what he has done for the international community as an outstanding international civil servant. And for us, it's not too hard to say goodbye, because we don't say goodbye to Shesons, because they don't really go away. They just move from one institution and take up the baton and just take it to another institution where they continue to be excellent. They continue to bear the flag of Sacred Heart from institution to institution, just like he did in Cameroon, from CRTV to Harvard University to the World Bank. And now he's going to take it over to the Mo Ibrahim Foundation. So for us Shesons, we never say goodbye. We just continue to pray for him, to continue to remember what was instilled to him as a young man from very humble beginnings. His foundations were excellent, and we just pray for him to carry on in that spirit of excellence and outstanding leadership. And I'm going to call on my the other few Shesons who are here. We do have something for him. We hope that it's going to be befitting enough for your office. You're just going to put it up on the wall, and every time you look at it, you think of us. You think of your roots. You think of your veins. You think of the blood that flows in your body. You think of where you come from. You think of your father and your mother and your sisters and your brothers. You think of Sacred Heart. You think of Cameroon. You think of Bamenda. But then you always remember that you're a Sheson. And then we are so proud of you. And so I'm going to call the rest of my other Sheson brothers who are here. We have something for you that we hope you can take along. I think I see Chi, Brendan. I think I see Tony. Tony, I know you haven't seen me, but I've seen you. I know you're somewhere here.
Tony's helping at the bar.
Okay. I know there's someone else. I don't know if there's any other person, but if you're a Sheson, if you want to Sacred Heart, please come out. All right. Thank you. This is an award of excellence. It says Distinguished Chester America Award, Mr. Eric Chinje, in recognition of your outstanding contributions to the World Bank, Chester America, and the community. Chester America, December 2011. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for here. A resounding applause for Eric's award. They don't come too often, I tell you. Okay. If you don't have a glass in front of you, assuming you're not drinking like I am not tonight, on account of my cold, please, I would like you to fill them up at this moment with water, wine. You know, champagne is overrated. So fill your glasses up, because that's right, it's overrated. Fill your glasses up as I take a pause and invite the next.
I should make this brief, because I think, look, this is embarrassing. I don't have enough time. I mean, even if we were going to be here till tomorrow morning. So probably I'll have to make this brief, not because Ben asked me to, but because there's so much to say and so little time to say it. Ben said, well, I'm speaking on behalf of ex-CRTV staff, most of us, or all of us, ex-CRTV, at least here in Washington, at the World Bank. And of course, Eric came first, and the rest of us followed, which is not surprising. I'm not saying that we're going to be packing up to go to London, which has happened very often, because I met Eric at the radio when TV started, and he started TV and finished journalism school, and met him at the TV. He left and came to the World Bank. He had nothing to do with me coming to the United States and going to work at the World Bank, but somehow that's where I ended up. Now, when I say he had nothing to do with it, of course you know that I don't mean that. So it's been, and I wrote something in a newspaper website the other day talking about the kind of person Eric is. He's going again, and you know, a lot of people, this is about the time institutions like the World Bank, where people at Eric's position would be making arrangements for, you know, he's still got a few years before he thinks of retirement, but you start thinking about that when you have children, and you're thinking of your life after retirement. But Eric is going off to start a whole new life, and that's how he's always been. He comes in, turns everything over, not because anything is wrong necessarily, but just the kind of person who thinks it's okay, but it could be so much better, you know, so why don't we try? It's always been that way. I mean, a lot of people work with him kind of get very impatient. I mean, everything is working so well, why do you want to change it? Well, because it just could be a lot better if we did it differently. And so it was at the World Bank. I mean, it was that way at CRTV, which did not make him a lot of friends. But, you know, there were those of us who agreed that what is good can actually be better. And now he's off to London. And I think of all there's so many anecdotes I could tell you about Eric's time at CRTV, but one that stands out for me, which really doesn't mean anything much, is one where he went to one of the ministries. TV was maybe a year old at most. And of course, people used to recognize us on the street because that was the only TV they had. And there was this gentleman who saw Eric and said, "Oh, I know you, I know. Don't tell me the name, I know that." He said, he was speaking in French, say, Piggy, no, c'est pas Piggy. C'est Chando, non, c'est pas Chando, il parle en anglais. Ah, c'est Denise Porté. Of course, Denise is a woman, but you know, these are things that you think of. This where we have come from. That was 10 years later. I mean, nobody, of course, could make that kind of mistake. Not 10 years, maybe 2 years after that, nobody could make that kind of mistake. But then he leaves and, you know, goes to the top of another hill. He's reached the top of another hill. He wants to see if there's something else beyond the other hill. And he keeps going. It's not the sukubu, as we used to call it from Chino Achebe, but it's just that constant quest for what's beyond the other hill. And as I said, I don't want to sound like, you know, typical follower, but there were some of us who actually saw that there was this leadership, which is what we're celebrating today. We came through, and a lot of people saw.
We love you, Eric. We love you.